Damn, Jay.
Shit, you know what I feel like right now? I feel like Michael Jordan, bitch. Game 7, it's 3 seconds on the clock. Give us the ball, bitch, you know what we gon' do, nigga. It's game time, nigga. We clutch for it.
I got Louis Vuitton on, headed to the Gucci store. I got 10 pair of 11s, wore 8 of them, got 2 more. I just threw back 2 perks and thought I was on Pluto. Walking around, pockets fat, looking like a sumo wrestler. I be charged up like a Tesla. If a nigga play, he gon' lay her, he gon' end up like a vegetable. Got a bad bitch and I'm texting her, she wanna eat me up like an edible. I'm breaking down all these chickens, how I'm living, this shit federal. I ain't never filed my taxes, but I'm bringing in hella revenue at the top.
This a 2-3 line takeover.
It's Cat Flo. We're tapping in with the Takeover. We have a special guest today, and I'll let him introduce himself.
What's up, everybody? It's your neighborhood black man, Chase Rhyme. How y'all doing today? Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you being here. So, what is it that you have going on that's coming up within the next year?
Hold on. You sound like a robot, like you don't know me.
Wow.
Come on, like
I'm trying to ask these questions.
How you been? You know,
people don't even know.
Like,
people don't know.
They don't know because they don't tap in. Not exactly just with the takeover. There's so many damn lights here. I feel like a superstar. Thanks for having me, guys. Again, what have I been doing? Is that
what have you been doing, Chase?
I've been. Thank you. See, now we're on a name-to-name basis here. I have actually been doing a lot of work on the inside because my next project coming up is Broke. The album is titled Broke. It's definitely a difference from where I recently came from off of my, space intro, which was NASA, Afronaut. Now I'm grounded and I'm kind of facing reality on a bunch of ends. It's not exactly just being financially broke, but also spiritually broke, societally broke, and just kind of picking up the pieces on where I used to be, where I want to be, and where I'm going to go. So that's where the next album's coming from. And then a lot of collaboration with those boys in Joint Empire Troupe. We've been putting together collaboration projects, me and Parlay separately, and then we got one coming out with the entire group. So we got some things coming out, some music videos that we're putting down here in the city, finding different places that people don't really, go and look out for. So we're just trying to change the whole aspect of things and just stay grounded with the music we got coming out.
That's really dope. I've seen with like Joint Empire Troupe, they're doing a lot of really big things. What's going on behind the scenes there?
A lot of big things. Well, they just got their new spot.
A new spot?
A new spot, yeah. It's much closer to the home too, so it's a hop, skip away. We get in the studio whenever we want, but it's a much more wider space for us to have events at now. We're about to have a Rumble in the Jungle event, which was something we did last time when they had their grand opening at the previous location, having a bunch of different artists and vendors come through, a free show, and just everybody kind of collaborating, showing off what they've been working on, and then just a few performances as well. But other than that, those boys have been working hard. They recently just went to Orlando to have this big networking event where they met with a bunch of different artists and producers, engineers, which is just something I encourage a lot of people to do. Get out the city and, shake hands with people that are actually gonna put you on a different level. We met people that, were producing for Weeknd and producing for Kid Cudi and producing for Lil Xan and so some of these other artists as well. And they had the backup to prove it, and now they're following you. And it's like, it can take just that one person. And like, all right, we got, I can't remember, but Parlay got some drum kits from a very prominent producer, and it's like, all it takes is just one hit, and then somebody's looking to invest in you, but it takes investing in yourself as well. So that's what we've been just trying to work on for these last few months. Working on ourselves, investing in ourselves, and just trying to find inner peace, because shit crazy out here.
That's definitely true. So if somebody asked you, who are you? Who is Chase Rhymes? What would you say to them?
I would say that there's not an S at the end of rhyme. And I get a little upset when people be like, oh, you're Chase Rhymes. And I'm like, it's just Chase Rhymes. But if you know me, you would know that I really wouldn't take that to heart. The fact that you just knew somewhat of my name means a lot to me. I'm a very sentimental person as well as an empath and emotional on certain levels, but I don't like to let people see all that, not for any reason. I feel like it's just an ego purpose, and that's what the whole album movement is trying to be. I'm trying to just break my ego strikes. All my flaws have come out tenfold when you're rock bottom, and it's the time where you can actually face them. How are you going to face them? Are you going to run away, or are you going to break that mirror and just make something new? So that's what I'm trying to figure out right now. So people that don't know me, just take a listen to the previous music I have put out, because it has been the same growth process, you know, from a young rambunctious boy coming from the hood in the city to going to college and fucking that all up, and, you know, getting a grand job at Disney and having so many opportunities come my way, and just making the wrong mistakes because I think I'm better than this, or I think I know better, and just coming back home and facing reality and, you know, trying to change who you are, and going through different relationships and different friendships and losing friendships and circles getting smaller, and all of these things you just look at and you're like, damn, why is this happening to me? And you just realize this shit is life. So that's what I'm just trying to implement in who I am, when I preach. It's life.
So are you from Fort Myers?
I actually am from Virginia. I was born in Virginia in '92. But in the year 2000, I moved down here to Fort Myers. And I've been plenty of different places as well, but I've been in Fort Myers for about 25 plus years. So I graduated, you know, here in Fort Myers, went 4 years straight to Dunbar. So I'm solidified. I grew up off of MLK, St. Charles Street. I went to the Stars Complex as a little kid. It's legit, as some would say here at the 239 Takeover. That's where we are. You know, I was getting lily dillies down the road with some pickle sausages. I was, you know what I'm saying? I was here. I was in this city. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I've been in this city. I know this city. I love this city. But I hate this city sometimes. You know why I hate this city sometimes when I'm talking to y'all motherfuckers? Because y'all don't know how to click. Y'all don't know how to connect. Y'all don't know how to just gather y'all internal thoughts, put them to the side, and work on what's on the outside here. You want to succeed? I want to succeed. You know how to succeed, so do I. Why the fuck are we not putting that together? Turn a penny into a dime.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that they don't work together?
Well, I mean, one, and I can attest to that, there's egos. You know, even myself, there's times you'll say anything like, I'm better than all of that. And like, you look at that and you swear it off like, oh, well, that's an opportunity, but you think that just because it doesn't work for you, or it doesn't fit your genre, or, you know, it doesn't fit your vibe, or you don't mess with those people on the other side. It's like, you know, you're gonna shut yourself off of opportunities just because you have grievance, you know, you have a grudge, you have beef or something like that, or you just don't, or you don't understand that side of it. So it's like, there's a lot of that going around here in the city. And, you know, when you come from here and you've been here for a long time, you graduated with these people and you see where they were and where they've become, it's crazy. I mean, not a lot of people turn bougie, but a lot of people do show their true colors, and like, you know, they pretend like they don't know you, like, or they don't fuck with you, you know. And I've always had the philosophy to just try to befriend anybody and everybody, because one day, you know what I'm saying, it's better for somebody to need something from you than you having to owe somebody. So it's like, I've always been about trying to shake hands with anybody and everybody, just to try to make presence of myself, and just to know that, you know, we can do this together. But a lot of people here in the city just feel like they can do it on their own. And I've seen some folks do it on their own, but it wasn't until I even had that thought at one point, like, you know, ain't nobody gonna fuck with me unless I do it myself. It wasn't until I linked up, you know, with people such as Joy Empire Troop, but other groups, and just, that's when I realized, yo, a team, bro. When you got a team and everybody's playing their part, the gears start moving, you know.
Playing your part.
Playing your part is a big deal. You can't just rely on, you know, one person being the breadwinner of it all and just assume that, oh, that motherfucker's gonna take us to the top when it all happens. They might have that, you know, intention, but like, I know in the back of my head, if that was to even happen to me, like, the pressure of all the people I thought that I was gonna take care of, and then I see how they're actually feeding me their attention, and they want my attention, and they're starving for all this fame that I got and whatnot. I don't know how I'm gonna be able to push that back. So it's, you know, when the circle gets smaller, that's okay, you know. But when you have a tight circle and everybody is, again, playing their part, when everybody's got the right motion, the right momentum, and the right motive as you do, then, man, it's unstoppable. To infinity and beyond. And that's a shout out to Toy Story, because that's my fucking movie, man. Toy Story 5 is coming out soon. I'm gonna be okay watching it because it's nostalgic to me, and Woody deserves another chance to show y'all that he's the best damn toy out there. Simple as that. So
when was the first time you started making music?
Shit. That was probably in 2000 when I moved down here to Fort Myers. I remember Ludacris became one of my favorite artists at the time. And it was a song Saturday night, ooh, ooh, sticky, iggy, iggy, that song, you guys know it? You know, you probably don't know, mm-hmm. But I know you know. I know. You know, chicken bitch. But when that song came on MTV or BET, one of the shows, I don't know, I was so enamored, and I'm like, man, and I kept rapping that song over and over in the house. My mom would get upset because, you know, it was saying some explicit things, but one day, it was around Christmas time, I took her Temptations Christmas cassette. And you put it in the boombox and you can record over things. And I record as long as you have a tape. And I recorded when the song, I waited for it to come on MTV or something, BET or whatnot. I was waiting for it to come on. And when it came on, press record so I could listen to it and have it the whole time. And then I would also re-record over it and just like try to rap the song myself and kind of freestyle it. So it was around 2000 when my mom was pissed. Oh, she was so upset. But regardless, it was around that time when I started writing music. Not writing music, just like I knew that, hey, I wanted to perform, entertain, such and so forth. And in 2006 is when I started actually recording music on MySpace with a damn computer mouse and mic. And that shit was horrible quality, but it worked. It did its thing. And then I used a Rock Band mic like a year later when my boy got Rock Band for the Xbox 360, and that Rock Band mic did its thing. Changed the game for me. And then after that, it wasn't until like 2013 that I started I needed to get rid of this bubblegum rap shit, this shit that I think that everybody wants to hear, and like make music that I want to do. And then it was when I started linking up with certain producers like Jimmy Long and the Poem Galore. And then eventually it got to a different mindset that like, yo, I could make much better music than what I was putting out before. And that was because I was changing. The music's got to change. And I started really listening to the artists that I was vibing with as I was going through a different age of change, such as Mac Miller, Cudi. And when these guys came into my mind, it was like, all right, these guys were vulnerable. They were emotional. They didn't care about how they wanted to perform the track, how they wanted to come out, as long as the viewer or listener can relate. And that's what I wanted to give music. I wanted you to relate to it. So the whole mindset changed. And then since then, when I started putting my music out in 2018 from the first album that I dropped, The Extraterrestrial Procrastinator, when that came out, I put that out on all streaming platforms. And from there, it was just, we're going to keep grinding. We're going to keep grinding. And that's where I'm at now. I'll be dropping this will be the fourth album that I'll be dropping, which I'm excited. Minus, many of the other collaboration albums I've done, and over 73 singles out there. Like, don't act like y'all don't know me, man. Y'all need to know, because I want to get to know you as well.
So you've been in the music industry for 25 years. What are some of the biggest, what are some of the biggest accolades and accomplishments that you've had?
Man, so far, besides a certain recognition and the upstream of amount of followers online as well as in person. I mean, in the last 3 years, I've had plenty of people come up to me and I know you, and I'm like, I don't know you, but that's good. That's what we want eventually, right? But many accolades. One of the top one was I was nominated, actually won the 2023. It was the Poets Realm Award, the best rapper in the city at the moment. I had also performed up in one of the biggest performances I had when I was slide to New York and did the Juneteenth festival. That was in 2022. That was also the 2023 as well. That was a good year. And 2023 was a good year, man. Shit, COVID was over, so we thought, and everything was good. Other than that, nobody really gives me my flowers, man. So
I don't think that's true. What about the live stream people?
All right, I did do a lot of live stream events where there was you sending in music for review. One of the bigger platforms at the time was Rich House Reviews, and I remember, and he would dog your shit. He would dog your shit for shit was garbage. Yeah, literally. And then
literally the sound.
He would dog your shit. But no, I was nominated to come back more than 4 or 5 times with the submission. I won some money as well from submitting some of those songs and getting good appraisals from them. But at the end of the day, I'm definitely just looking to add more accolades to the belt, and that comes from me wanting to just kind of really expand out of the city and try to just snatch up souls out of the city and let people know I'm here. So that's pretty much about it. Other than that, I ain't really wearing no medals.
I think there's at least one more.
What's that? How do you know and I don't know?
What about the rap battles?
Back in 2000, it was probably 2020 actually. It was around that time, I think. Yeah, I had a rap battle with Ellie Angel. Shout out Ellie Angel. But
he's doing his thing too.
He's definitely doing his grown man thing. He's doing his thing. He's definitely doing his thing. But we had a rap battle that was hosted by EX3 Entertainment or whatnot, the EX3 Network. And that was a good time. That was a good time. Now, when it comes to rap battles, people are gonna say it's debatable. You never.
And I'm a home guy. I work that nigga. This is how it went. That's just how it went. He did his thing too. You know, some people be like, oh, he's spitting facts though. And, you know, but yeah.
I just think that his delivery wasn't as good as yours. It was like you really like go like you put your full like effort into the things that you do, like your performances, the rap battles, all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that because he even said himself that was his first time coming back after he had a kid, so he was rusty. I don't think, not saying anything bad about
it was my
it.
first time doing the battle rap as well. You know, the first time ever. And I am and still am to this day a big battle rap fan as is. So and I'm pretty sure he was too, given that. You know,
I think he's creative. He still be trying to do stuff with music. He's just doing his own stuff.
Good. But I never thought that nobody or either one of us had like a home field advantage. You know, I know him and Icy were nice and tight too, but Icy treated me just the same as well. And like we both had the center stage, we both were the headliners of the thing, and it was good. It was good. You know, it was good competition. I haven't seen anything like that in the city for a while. Just good competition. Like everywhere I turn, man, it's just beefs between some, you know, prominent people right now, leaders here in the city. You know what I'm saying? Just some of you guys are just going at each other's throats for no reason. And I would sit here and speculate that it's maybe jealousy, maybe it's just like, oh, I wanted to be a part of it, y'all kicked me out, and maybe it's like, oh, that's my idea, y'all took it. And it's just like, man, I mean, get your money, definitely. Go and be successful, but like all that hate and animosity, we're grown folks. We ain't got time for that, right? That's shit for the birds, ain't it? We do not have time for that, but it seems a lot of us know that that's the stuff that kind of fuels the tank. It gets the fuse. It gets people engaged. When one of y'all motherfuckers is beefing, it's like all eyes on y'all. And it's like, that's crazy to me, but it works, but I don't know, spin it. Use it to your advantage at least. But if we can bring back friendly competition in some format, such as battle rap, I don't think anybody here in the city has, besides Icy, I know there was a few other, but besides Icy, I haven't seen anybody try and, bring a league or create a league, if you will. And all it takes is just finding a bunch of capable artists that do want to do it, put together the content real, you know what I'm saying? Make it an event.
That's a tour itself, too.
And that's a tour itself. You can take that shit to different cities. You can get different artists that want to be a part of it as well. Because if there's one thing that's always going to be a surplus of underground artists that will get into battle rap or that do battle rap and they want to, get up in the game. And then we got certain prominent people that, are in the URL or that are in other leagues as well right now that have come down to get to the city or that we've spoke to personally. So it's not impossible to make Fort Myers a mecca for, that shit again. But again, friendly competition, if we can get that going again, I'm all for it. Letting people know that shit, if y'all want to boast, if y'all want to brag, then all right, then, put up or shut up, But at the end of the day, let's shake hands and just recognize that, now we can do this shit together. Look at all this engagement we got, what I'm saying? You win, I win. If we can put that together, but we all going.
We're going to go up.
That's right.
So here comes the risky questions, right? So what are your top 3 discouraging moments as an artist?
Discouraging moments.
Because as an artist and as a creative, personally, like, I get discouraged all the time. I know that it's hard to overcome some of the things that, like, I've been through, but I know that you personally have been through some things that you can speak about that other people can probably relate to.
Yeah, I've one of the things I guess would be investing your time in the wrong person that claims they believe in you, or we won't state names or whatnot, but I've had a guy that was definitely showing me the pathway of like, yo, this is where we're going. We were going out of city, we were going out of state, doing shows, whatnot. And it felt like everything was going where I thought this is how it's supposed to go. And I put my faith all into that. And as an artist, and I wasn't new in the game, but I was new to like the business side of things. And when I started seeing how I was being played, how really there wasn't no money being returned my way, I was just there for the ride, basically, and being somebody's dancing monkey. That's just for the birds, man. And it was discouraging because I remember putting a good 2-3 months into thinking that this is where I'm going. I'm putting whatever money I got in it because, we're supposed to invest to get it back. And I never saw any of that come back. There was nothing that came for it or from it. and that person got exiled from the city, let alone because he was on some fuck shit. So it was like being even associated with him at one point is just bad taste in my mouth. So it was like I put all my eggs in one basket, and that was a rotten basket for sure. So when it comes to like knowing who I want to fuck with nowadays, it's not exactly selective because I'm very open to any ideas, any bit of collaboration. But like it doesn't take long for me to recognize off the rip of like, all right, won't be working with you again, or like, yeah, definitely won't link up with you again. But I will give it a chance. But after that, nah, I gotta be careful about who I give my talent to, and that's I hope any other artist would feel that same way when they get bigger shots. This was just some local dude pretending to be big, and boy oh boy did he have the city fooled. So be careful on that. I guess another discouragement is you just being, again, I guess it falls with the same line, just being promised something at the end of the day. I've been to plenty of shows, even just recently, where you're promised so many awards or prizes or benefits, whether you're a performing artist or whether you won this, competition or whatnot. And afterwards, I mean, even immediately afterwards, it's ghosts. You don't hear from that person. You don't see any of the promotion that you were honored or promised. You don't hear about any of the prize money that you were supposed to be getting, and let alone you had to invest in, being a part of this show. And I've had that happen to me plenty of times, just off of the simple faith that, oh, this is gonna be a decent show, and fool me once, fool me 8 times. It's crazy. It's probably why I'm still here right now. Like, motherfuckers don't know me because I'm still barreling around with motherfuckers that literally have no goal in mind but for themselves, and they just want to snatch onto you for a moment because they see that you got good light, you got good energy, you got good aura, and like you could probably help me succeed. And they don't think nothing else about you because they're talentless themselves. So it's the discouragement is dealing with people that I thought, were more than just artists, visionaries, and come to realize, oh, motherfuckers are nightmares, so stay away from them people, they're really not hard to point out. If you follow your gut, that's feeling gut. That's probably my next big discouragement, it hasn't hindered my ability really when it comes to performing, but it has hindered my energy over time and the way that I start to think nowadays, I try my hardest to stray away from being depressed. When I say that, I don't mean to phase anybody that's going through depression like it's not real. But even as a young black man, you try to think that that's impossible for you. But nah, it can happen. We can get down. We can hit rock bottom, and I have. Shit's still trying to climb out of that. And I try my hardest to even just reflect that idea, like, yo, you don't need to be depressed. You got plenty of things in your life that you're grateful for and be happy about. But when I got struck with the news that I got Crohn's disease, what the fuck? I didn't think that was something that was going to truly affect me until not even recently. I was hit into the hospital multiple times, because just what I was doing and putting into my body just wasn't working for me. And then I finally got an idea, an understanding, and a plan. Hasn't been exactly executed yet because it costs money, but to figure out how to keep this managed and controlled. But it did take a hinder on my mindset. The way I started writing was differently. Now I start to be really grateful for any bit of moment or clarity that I can have or get. So having this disease or being known that I have it definitely hit me with the, damn, bro, like, how long can I keep this up trying to be something in the music industry and realize that I'm racing against a clock that's going to stop me much sooner than I want to. And, and then but then that drives me. It's like, all right, well then motherfucker, get up and get it. Now you got to go get it today. Go make it happen today. Maybe tomorrow you ain't going to be able to get out of bed, So that was one of the final discouragements that I had as a music artist recently, but I'll be okay.
Okay. So speaking on the second one, I'm not gonna name drop because I know that you don't like that, but I'm just gonna speak on it, right?
Speak on it.
So, do you feel like as an artist, if you're promised something for a show, like you're laid out, hey, if I want you on this show, mind you, they approach you, okay, and they're like, hey, I want you on this show. You're gonna get this flyer, promote it. They don't really give you any information on how to promote it properly. Just give you the flyer.
Then say, here, have people scan the QR code.
And then you post that, promote that project, and you're promised we're going to get, you know, photos, videos, so on and so forth. There's prize packages. And then 2 or 3 days before the event, you're hit with, oh, you have to pay $25 for a slot, or you have to mathematically sell 10 tickets to get your money back, and then anything else, that's how you would make your money. Do you consider that like scamming or finessing?
Yeah, you know, I know a lot of people that would consider that straight up scamming. But I know it was designed, or some shows like that, especially if you know the person or not. But I know some shows are designed to benefit the promoter, benefit the venue, benefit the artist. I mean, that's how, and the crowd, the audience, the people that are coming to enjoy the show. I mean, that's what at least an event should do. But when you start to see how do you describe this show, because this is how some of those things went down. The promises weren't met. And they weren't discussed originally beforehand, before I even got on stage, you know. So when those things happen, you look at the finer detail, it's like, you know, damn, I see that really it only benefits you. And then you are just using very popular or up-and-coming names or vendors or logos, if you will, to just try and
Pull on an audience.
Yeah, and you get fooled. And it's tough, because then you got artists that don't want to work with, you know, specific promoters that don't have too much of a pull in the city, because it's like, I don't know if I can trust you. Last time I got screwed over, and it's like, and then you got people that do want to actually, you know, put something behind you, and it's like, I don't know, I've been screwed before. So it's like, you know, it's hard to trust who, you know, especially people are getting smart now, you know, like you can get fooled very easily in these days. So people are recognizing that when bullshit is bullshit, it is what it is. But what we're not doing it is we're not calling it out. You know, we definitely, even on my end, you know, we definitely need to start pointing fingers on who is contaminating, you know, this industry and this music pool that all of us are swimming in right now. And get them off the damn diving board, okay? Get the lifeguard in there. Motherfuckers drowning out there, you know. So we need to clean it up and stop running around the damn pool deck, and get the glass out of here as well. We don't need that. If you get what I'm saying, you know. So just relax, guys. Have fun. It's the summertime.
Do you think that after this experience, you have like questions that you're gonna ask like event coordinators or promoters in the future, so that that type of stuff doesn't happen to you?
It would be wise. Third person Chase would say, yeah, definitely he's gonna do that. Me personally, it's all about, like, at this time, when it comes to like a local scale, I got a great idea on a lot of the people that do the promoting out here on what's expected of me and what I'm gonna get out of it. Specifically on this matter we were talking about, I knew for a fact a lot of that shit was just bullshit. At the end of the day, I took advantage of what I can get out of the show. Good content for myself, stage performance time, another outplay you put on the belt, and establishing myself with the venue owner, you know. So down the line, it's like, you remember my name. But I didn't come in with expectations, so I wasn't disappointed. But when it comes to dealing with promoters or, you know, event coordinators in the future, yeah, there's a line and a list of things to make sure that's going to be asked first and foremost. Like, are we allowed to do show mixes? You know, how many mics do we have? Who's doing sound check? Who's doing sound producing at the moment? Who's the engineer here? What are the ticket sales going to look like? You know, do artists have?
What's the demographic?
What's the demographic as
like,
well? Yeah.
What type of event is this? Because it's not a music industry circulated event. Why am I paying to perform? Because it doesn't make sense, right?
It doesn't. I'm sorry. I'm like laughing in my head because, like, you say demographic, like there was a show. Maybe it was recent. Who knows?
Demographic meaning if it's not, you don't have A&Rs, you don't have producers, you're not inviting people that are actually a part of the music industry.
Yeah.
What's
All
the likelihood?
Who's there is the artists and their friends, you know, like, and I can't stand going to shows nowadays, at least, because I don't have grew it. I can't stand going to shows that I'm just performing for other artists that really might not even be tuned in with you because they waiting to get on stage, and they don't give a fuck either because they want to be the only one spotlighted. That's just the mindset that we got, guys, and we got to cut that out, because when you actually go to a show and you see an artist that you don't know or never heard of before, or even somebody you fuck with, like when you actually engage, when you just sit and focus and just see this person expressing themselves live on the mic, like, enjoy that shit. And it should make you smile. It makes me smile for the most part, but there are times I see some of y'all motherfuckers get on stage and I can't help but to laugh internally or shake my head, because there's no mic etiquette. Maybe you didn't get a chance to practice it, rehearse it. You didn't have a little session in the beginning before you can get it going. Maybe you're using your backtrack because you just got out of the studio and you just want to perform it. Like, hey, motherfuckers need to stop with that backtrack stuff.
I don't think that they do if it's an open mic. I think that an open mic is the first, like literally the first step. And then, like we've talked about this before, I feel like Poet's Realm could be your first step. You could either go in with a song that was just recorded to get your audience's like perspective, or a song that you haven't recorded. And then the next step would be to go to a studio, fix it, or record the actual song itself. Then come to Alliance and take a class with the 239 Takeover about performing etiquette, how you're supposed to hold the mic, how you get people to be, a part of your choreography, and so on and so forth. And then after that, then they can go to a bigger show like GCL where you get paid for your ticket sales.
There you go.
Like, there's processes to it. Like, when you work in the music industry, you know that there's steps to this shit. It's not.
Absolutely.
Like, you can't just, drop a song.
I got nothing against somebody from the jump, fresh off the boat, using a backtrack when they perform. But, unfortunately, when it comes down to it, I can be a little bit of a perfectionist. And when I see certain artists that I've seen for the last 6-7 years performing here and there, and y'all still using backtracks, that bothers me, but it also puts me on a level of knowing I'm here and y'all are there. And I swear to you, if you just work on that, tweak that, we'll be in the same pace. And I'm going to help y'all get there, but I can't keep stressing that enough that,
Do you still do those workshops?
I stopped after I was hit with the Crohn's disease.
So we need to start those back up again.
But when I'm back truly full of energy, I do have workshops that I do at the Jungle Joint Empire Troupe at the studio. We have artists come on through. We do writing sessions. We do these little activities to kind of just get you out of your creative space and break open a new box. Just kind of find different formats and ways to write, different ways to flow, different ways to bring different cadences and stanzas onto your writing performance. And then also we do sometimes we do like little mic tutorials where we'll create a beat off site and then just kind of help work on freestyling, do a bunch of different things that just kind of help you as an artist break out of your box. Because at the end of the day, if you're going to be an artist, you will have to hit that stage regardless. You're going to have to hit that stage. This is what you're doing it for, right? Nobody's just going to want to hear you behind headphones. I want to see you. So when they see you and they can put you to your music, and when your energy matches what you're putting out, man, that's art right there, baby. And everybody's going to speculate that differently. So I wanted to at least start a little workshop where I can help. And it's been a lot of people that were like shy, and some people that never written anything before. They just do poetry or write little poems to themselves, and they're like, I'd like to see if I can turn this into a song. And it's like, yeah, we got the tools to do that. But let's talk about how you're going to format. Let's talk about how the song should be formatted. So, yeah, those workshops were very helpful. It was only $10. You come on through with your boy, neighborhood black man, Chase Rhyme, and we'll just teach you the ins and outs on how to be a better artist for yourself. That's what we try to do.
All right, before we get out of here, are you dropping anything soon?
Well, yeah, the part of the Broke album, the first single coming off of that's going to be 9 to 5. We got a video also coming out for a project that me and Prada are doing. That single is called Damn, and we're going to have that also shot next month. So in the next 2 months, you'll see some pretty heavy content coming through. Until then, you can follow me on my socials. IG, Chase Rhyme Music. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me in the world if you're actually looking. Other than that, I appreciate you guys giving me the time and the platform to drink my cranberry juice, enjoy, and have a good time.
Thank you for tapping in with the Takeover. This is Cat Flow.